In the meantime, folks, my next guest has provided a way for retail investors to access SpaceX. You know, long before it's been trading today. So we got to bring in ERShares, their COO, Eva Ados. And Eva, take a bow. Because, hey, listen.
We made it.
We made it. We talked about this for how long? I mean,
for very long.
A long time.
It's an important day, but mostly it's an important period because XOVR shareholders were part of this months in advance.
Right.
They didn't need to wait for the IPO
Well,
day.
the first time you came on the show and you talked about this, it was like the phones went off and everything. Everyone kept ringing and sending me emails. And what was that? How is this? So you've done it. You were able to do this. You do the private-public thing. So talk about this, the overall mission, because before this, the public would have to wait and wait and wait while everyone got all the elites got a bite at the apple, and then the public got a bite at the apple when it was overvalued for the most part, most of the time, and they got the shaft most of the time.
Exactly. So over the last few months, the SpaceX position inside XOVR has generated about 110 million of appreciation. And it's up, the ETF is up about 23% since then, and much of it is because of the SpaceX position. So people did not need to wait till today. Now we're trading below our NAV because we are doing something innovative. We're charging everyone who's selling us today a fee to leave the ETF, because to us, that's hot money. And we saw this with Cathie Wood's ARKK. We saw this with XOVR back in January, that hedge funds come in and they buy before the IPO, they sell, and they take advantage of that appreciation. So in order to mitigate that, XOVR is now trading at a discount. So everyone who sells us is being charged a fee. And we are not relaxing this anytime soon.
So where's the $1 billion that came in? What was that all about?
Yes, so we came up with a shareholder protection plan to protect our long-term shareholders from the ARBs. So step one was XOVR repriced the SpaceX position over the last few months multiple times, and we did this quietly. So that's why all this appreciation happened before the IPO, much of it. Number one. Number two, we stopped all creations over the last week or so. So all these hedge funds, there was about more than $1 billion actually this week that wanted to come in, and we said no to them. That would have been a very good revenue for ERShares, but we said no to protect the long-term shareholders. And number three, and this is still ongoing and will continue, is the charge that we're charging to hot money who want to sell the fund. And that's why we're trading below NAV.
So what about SpaceX? How long do you plan on just keeping that as a core position in the portfolio?
Yes, we invest like VCs. We apply the VC lens. So to us, SpaceX is one of the most consequential companies of our lifetime. This deserves to be the elite position in XOVR for the long term. It's our top position. We're going to maintain that weight. We actually bought more SpaceX last week quietly. So we'll continue to maintain a very strong position, perhaps even add to our position. Our index, the ER30TR index, has a 20% position in SpaceX right now. We'll continue to match that position for the XOVR ETF.
All right, so everyone's excited for the next hot private company. What's at the top of your list right now? What are you buying right now? What are the other private names that you're buying right now?
I love the question. I can't share any details. We're not going to buy just the hype name just to have the new hype name in XOVR. SpaceX was really a company that we had a strong conviction in.
But I keep reading great stories about some of these names on the side. I mean, didn't we talk about Anduril, for instance?
We did.
Palmer Luckey speak about a month ago. He's phenomenal. If I can get a piece of that action now, I want a piece of that action.
We actually have a small position in Anduril, in XOVR. It's a very small position. That's why we haven't been speaking about it a lot. But we do own Anduril in XOVR. That's one of the companies we are analyzing, but we want to make sure we invest in what we consider will be the next category leader. So that's the beauty of our VC lens. We invest like VCs, we hold for the long term, and we try to find what's going to be the next category leader.
And there's been some people who push back on this model and saying, it's not really pure. That, so maybe a SPV or some sort of a contract. It's not. I mean, what do you say to people who doubt this method of going about this?
This has been uncharted waters to us too, right? So we started XOVR. We're the first private-public ETF ever. So we had to come up with a structure. We pioneered it, and this was the struggle of the SPVs. But we came up a few months ago, if you remember, with a 0-0 SPV that charges no fees to retail investors. And for the, we had a one-time acquisition fee for the SpaceX position. That was it. So the most transparent way for us was to come up with a 0-0 SPV, which is the most transparent way you can own private equity right now.
I love the fact that you admit it. Listen, it's new, right? So you had some learning curve as well.
A lot.
So listen, you gave me AppLovin 3 years ago. It was the #1 stock 3 years in a row. You killed it with AppLovin. You've killed it with other names. Last time you were on, you gave us Astera Labs. It's up 80% since then.
Yes.
And so, I mean, this is a name, we just had a guest on earlier today, said he's buying this. He just put on a position now. You still like this to the upside?
Yes, it's a very big weight in XOVR. Last time we were on, I told you this is my new favorite.
Yeah.
And I continue to believe that. I told you it should be a household name, and today it becomes a household name, right? So this is a great company. It has a great long-term future for us. Again, another long-term hold for the XOVR ETF. Our VC lens identified it. We have strong conviction.
Quickly, I've got about 20 seconds. I was just asking Aisha, we were doing a little tug of war. She thinks the software still could live. You had Datadog, which feels like one of these names that's emerged beyond the software crowd. Do you hold on to that? Is there a threat from AI from there, or do you still think Datadog has a distinction all of its own?
It does have a distinction, but there's other names that we've been adding to more than Datadog. So Datadog wouldn't be in my top list right now.
Okay, so you do have to be very selective when it comes to software.
Very selective. The only positions we've been adding, last week we added to SpaceX, and Astera Labs is my new favorite.
You're killing it. You're killing it. Congratulations.
Thank you.